Hello everyone, welcome back to Bible Verse Zone. My name is Evangelist Emmanuel Nwabigo. Today, we'll be discussing the 10 Commandments and how we can apply them in our modern lives. These commandments were given to Moses on Mount Sinai and have been guiding principles for people for thousands of years. So, let's dive in and explore their meaning in our world today. The first commandment, you shall have no other gods before me. This commandment tells us to put our faith in one God and not to worship other things like money, power, or fame. In today's world, we often get distracted by materialistic things and forget to prioritize our faith. We can apply this commandment by ensuring that we keep our spiritual beliefs and values as our top priority. To expand further on the first commandment, you shall have no other gods before me. It is important to understand the context in which it was given. At the time, polytheism was prevalent in many cultures, and people worshipped multiple gods for various reasons. However, the God of the Israelites, as revealed in the Bible, is a jealous God who demands exclusive worship. In modern times, we may not worship idols or bow down to other gods, but we can still be guilty of putting other things before our faith. For example, we may prioritize our career, hobbies, or social status over our spiritual growth. We may even find ourselves idolizing people, whether it be celebrities, politicians, or even religious leaders, and allowing their words or actions to shape our beliefs and values. To apply this commandment in our lives, we must first identify what is most important to us. Is it our faith, our family, our career, or something else? Once we have identified our priorities, we must take steps to ensure that our actions align with them. This may mean setting aside time for prayer or meditation, attending religious services regularly, or making sacrifices to prioritize our faith. The second commandment, you shall not make for yourself an idol, builds upon the first commandment by addressing the issue of physical idols. In the context of the time when the 10 Commandments were given, people created physical representations of their gods to worship and honor them. However, the Israelites were instructed not to create any physical representation of their God, as this could lead to idolatry and the worship of false gods. In the modern world, we may not be creating physical idols, but we can still be guilty of idolizing material things such as money, possessions, or status. We may find ourselves getting attached to our possessions, believing that they define us, and derive our happiness and self-worth from them. This attachment can lead to greed, envy, and a distorted sense of priorities, causing us to lose sight of what is truly important. To apply this commandment in our lives, we must be mindful of our attachment to material things and strive to find a balance between our possessions and our spiritual well-being. We should focus on developing meaningful relationships, pursuing our passions, and contributing to the greater good rather than chasing after possessions and status symbols. Moreover, this commandment also reminds us of the danger of placing our trust in physical objects. As we have seen throughout history, even the most valuable and powerful objects can be destroyed or lost in an instant. Therefore, we must place our trust in something greater than ourselves, such as our faith, our relationships, or our sense of purpose. In conclusion, the second commandment cautions us against the dangers of idolizing material things and placing our trust in physical objects. By being mindful of our attachment to possessions and focusing on what truly matters in life, we can apply this commandment in our modern lives. The third commandment, you shall not misuse the name of the Lord your God, is a call for reverence and respect for the name of God. The name of God is considered sacred and should not be used in a careless or disrespectful manner. At the time when the 10 Commandments were given, people often used the name of God in cursing or in oaths, which was considered a serious offense. In modern times, we often hear people use God's name in casual conversation, as an exclamation of surprise or frustration. This casual use of God's name can be seen as disrespectful and offensive to those who hold the name of God in high regard. We must be mindful of how we use God's name and ensure that we use it with respect and reverence. Moreover, this commandment also reminds us of the power of our words. Our words have the ability to shape our thoughts and actions, as well as the thoughts and actions of those around us. Therefore, we must choose our words carefully and speak with kindness, compassion, and respect. To apply this commandment in our lives, we must first recognize the sacredness of God's name and the importance of showing respect for it. We should avoid using God's name in a casual or disrespectful manner, and instead use it with reverence and respect. We can also strive to use our words to build up others and spread positivity, rather than tearing them down with negative or hurtful words. In conclusion, the third commandment is a reminder to show reverence and respect for the name of God and the power of our words. By being mindful of how we use God's name and speaking with kindness and respect, we can apply this commandment in our modern lives and create a more positive and respectful society. This day does not necessarily have to be on a traditional Sabbath day, but rather on a day that works best for us and allows us to disconnect from our usual routines. Additionally, we can also use this day as an opportunity to connect with our spiritual selves. We can engage in prayer, meditation, or other spiritual practices that help us connect with a higher power and deepen our sense of purpose and meaning. In conclusion, the fourth commandment reminds us of the importance of rest and rejuvenation, as well as the value of connecting with our spiritual selves. By prioritizing rest and taking intentional breaks from our busy lives, we can apply this commandment in our modern lives and cultivate a sense of balance and harmony. The fifth commandment, honor your father and mother, is a call for respect and honor towards our parents. Parents play a vital role in shaping our lives, providing us with guidance, love, and support. This commandment emphasizes the importance of acknowledging the sacrifices and contributions that our parents have made in our lives. In today's fast-paced world, it can be easy to forget the sacrifices our parents have made for us. We may take their love and support for granted, and forget to show them the respect and gratitude they deserve. However, by following this commandment, we can build strong, loving relationships with our parents that transcend the test of time. To apply this commandment in our lives, we must first recognize the significant role that our parents play in our lives. We can express our gratitude and respect by acknowledging the sacrifices they have made for us and showing appreciation for their love and support. We can also strive to maintain healthy, loving relationships with our parents by communicating openly, listening actively, and being present in their lives. Furthermore, this commandment also reminds us of the importance of respecting and honoring our elders in general. We should show kindness and respect towards those who have lived longer and have gained valuable life experience. In conclusion, the fifth commandment calls us to show respect and honor towards our parents and elders. By acknowledging the sacrifices and contributions of our parents, showing gratitude and respect, and maintaining healthy relationships with them, we can apply this commandment in our modern lives and build stronger, more loving communities. The sixth commandment, "You shall not murder," is a reminder that life is sacred and should not be taken lightly. This commandment emphasizes the value of human life and the importance of respecting the dignity of every individual. In today's world, we often hear of senseless acts of violence and the tragic loss of innocent lives. Whether it is due to wars, conflicts, terrorism, or personal disputes, the violation of this commandment has led to untold suffering and pain. To apply this commandment in our lives, we must value life and do our part to create a peaceful world. We can begin by recognizing that every individual has inherent value and deserves to be treated with respect and dignity. We must also acknowledge that conflicts and disputes can arise, but violence should never be used as a means of resolving them. Instead, we should seek peaceful means of resolving conflicts, whether through mediation, dialogue, or other nonviolent methods. Furthermore, we can also work towards CR. By advocating for social justice, equal rights, and opportunities, we can reduce the underlying causes of violence and promote a more peaceful world. In conclusion, the sixth commandment reminds us that life is sacred and should be valued and respected. By promoting peace, nonviolent conflict resolution, and social justice, we can apply this commandment in our modern lives and work towards a more peaceful world for all. The seventh commandment, "You shall not commit adultery," reminds us to respect the sanctity of marriage and the importance of fidelity in relationships. This commandment emphasizes the value of commitment, trust, and respect in our relationships with our partners. In today's world, we often hear of infidelity and broken marriages. The violation of this commandment has led to the breakdown of families, heartbreak, and emotional pain. To apply this commandment in our lives, we must respect our commitments and treat our partners with love and respect. Firstly, we must recognize the importance of fidelity in our relationships. When we make a commitment to someone, whether it's through marriage or a committed relationship, we are promising to be faithful and loyal. This promise requires trust, honesty, and openness, and it must be respected and valued. Secondly, we can also show love and respect to our partners by treating them with kindness, consideration, and care. We must communicate. The eighth commandment, "You shall not steal," reminds us of the importance of respecting other people's property and belongings. This commandment emphasizes the value of honesty, integrity, and respect in our interactions with others. In today's world, theft and fraud are prevalent issues that cause significant harm and financial loss to individuals and communities. To apply this commandment in our lives, we must strive to be honest and ethical in our dealings with others. One way to apply this commandment is by respecting other people's property and belongings. We should avoid taking things that do not belong to us without permission or proper compensation. This includes intellectual property such as music, movies, and software, as well as physical property such as money, goods, and possessions. Moreover, we can also show respect for other people's property by being responsible and accountable for our actions. We must take care of other people's belongings, return borrowed items promptly, and compensate for any damages or losses that we may have caused. Furthermore, we can also promote ethical behavior in our daily lives by being honest and transparent in our dealings with others. We must avoid lying, cheating, or deceiving others for personal gain, and always strive to do what is right and just. In conclusion, the eighth commandment reminds us to respect other people's property and belongings and emphasizes the importance of honesty, integrity, and respect in our interactions with others. By being responsible and accountable for our actions, avoiding dishonest behavior, and promoting ethical behavior, we can apply this commandment in our modern lives and contribute to a just and fair society. The ninth commandment, "You shall not bear false witness against your neighbor," emphasizes the importance of honesty and integrity in our communication with others. This commandment reminds us to speak truthfully and not to spread rumors or lies that can harm others. In today's world, we are surrounded by various sources of information, and it's easy to fall prey to fake news, rumors, and misinformation. This can cause significant harm to individuals, communities, and even entire nations. To apply this commandment in our lives, we must be responsible and truthful in our communication with others. One way to apply this commandment is by fact-checking and verifying the information before sharing it with others. We should avoid spreading rumors or unverified information that can harm others' reputation, cause fear and panic, or mislead people. Moreover, we can also promote honesty and integrity in our communication by being transparent and accountable for our words and actions. We must avoid lying, deceiving, or manipulating others for personal gain and always speak the truth, even if it's uncomfortable or inconvenient. Furthermore, we can also show respect and empathy towards others by avoiding negative or hurtful comments, and instead, promoting constructive and positive communication that builds trust and mutual understanding. In conclusion, the ninth commandment reminds us to speak truthfully and not to spread rumors or lies that can harm others. By being responsible and truthful in our communication, fact-checking and verifying information, promoting honesty and integrity, and showing respect and empathy towards others, we can apply this commandment in our modern lives and contribute to a just and fair society. The 10th commandment, "You shall not covet," is often interpreted as a commandment against envy and jealousy. It reminds us that we should not desire or covet what others have, whether it's their possessions, achievements, or status. In today's world, where social media and other platforms constantly showcase the highlights of people's lives, it's easy to compare ourselves to others and feel inadequate. To apply this commandment in our modern lives, we can focus on cultivating gratitude and contentment with what we have. Instead of comparing ourselves to others, we can appreciate our own unique gifts, talents, and blessings. We can set our own goals and aspirations based on our values and passions, rather than trying to emulate others. Furthermore, we can also promote a culture of generosity and abundance, where we celebrate others' successes and support them in their pursuits. Thank you for watching our video on the 10 Commandments and their modern interpretation. We hope that you found it helpful and informative. Please leave a comment below and let us know how you apply these commandments in your own life. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this.